Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sujilipsa Das, Associate Professor in Chemistry, Modern Institute of Technology and Management, Bhubaneswar. Today I am going to discuss on the topic causes of climate change. Climate change is a long-term shift in the average weather conditions of a region such as its typical temperature, rainfall and windiness. There are two types of causes of climate change, natural causes and anthropogenic or man-made causes. Climate change occurs due to emission of different greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane, water vapor, ozone, chlorofluorocarbons, hydrofluorocarbons, fluorocarbons, as well as sulfur hexafluoride, etc. are known as greenhouse gases which are emitted to the atmosphere due to various human activities. A greenhouse gas is a gas that absorbs and emits radiant energy within the thermal infrared range. Greenhouse gases cause greenhouse effect on planet which leads to global warming and climate change. This climate change occurs due to emission of greenhouse gases due to various human activities such as electricity generation from the thermal power plant by burning of the fossil fuels such as coal, oil, gas which produce too much of carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide to the environment or the atmosphere, which are the greenhouse gases and cause the greenhouse effect. Then transport of cars, bus, trucks, aircraft, ships occur by the combustion of the fossil fuels such as the petrol, diesel, kerosene, etc. And they also emit different types of greenhouse gases like the carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide to the environment. And in the industrial manufacturing processes, heat is required, electricity is required, and for heat we burn the fossil fuels and emit the greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. And also for production of electricity, also some carbon dioxide is also released to the atmosphere. And in agriculture also, to grow the crops in the fields, we have to clean the lands by burning the grasslands, shrublands, etc. And by this burning process, also some carbon dioxide emitted to the environment. And also there in the rice paddy fields, what happens when the field is flooded. So in that condition, so anaerobic condition arises, and here some methanogens are there in the rice paddy field, and they produce methane by the anaerobic decomposition of the organic waste. And also electricity is also required for agricultural purpose, and for the electricity generation also directly or indirectly some carbon dioxide is released to the atmosphere. Then municipal services such as waste disposal. So for waste disposal, first waste is collected, then it is transferred to the transfer station, then it goes to the waste treatment sites, and then it goes to disposal sites. So for all these the vehicles are used, and the vehicles also again burn the fossil fuels, and then some carbon dioxide is also released to the atmosphere. And also in the treatment processes like the incineration, too much of carbon dioxide goes to the environment. And also in the disposal site, if open dump site we are using, then carbon dioxide and methane is also are also released to the atmosphere. Then in the water supply case also, we have to pump the water for the supply in the municipalities, and for this electricity is also needed, and if electricity we are using, then that means the carbon dioxide is released to the atmosphere. And chlorofluorocarbons are also released due to air conditioning and refrigeration, and use of the materials such as the glowing agents in foams, insulation and packing of materials, propellants in aerosol cans. The deforestation is another cause of this climate change, or man-made climate change we can say. So it is estimated that more than 1.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide are released to the atmosphere due to deforestation, mainly by cutting and burning of the forests every year. And due to the burning, they release carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, and nitrous oxide to the atmosphere. And cutting also, if they rot also, they emit some methane to the atmosphere. And when as we know that the plant absorbs the carbon dioxide and releases the oxygen to the atmosphere during photosynthesis process. So if we will cut the trees, then the less trees will absorb less carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and there will be a cause of increase in the concentration of the carbon dioxide. So this is the greenhouse effect, which is caused due to the release of the greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. And greenhouse effect occurs due to the sunlight, incoming sunlight, which is reflected by the earth atmosphere and surface, but most of it is absorbed by the earth surface, and which is warmed. And during night, when the earth starts to cool, these observed radiations are radiated in the form of infrared radiations, and some goes to the space, and some is absorbed by the atmosphere's greenhouse gases such as the water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, chlorofluorocarbons, etc. And these radiations, these are observed when these are radiated back from the earth's surface in the form of infrared radiations. These are absorbed by these greenhouse gases, and they're radiated in all directions. Some goes to the space and some back towards the earth's surface, and again warming the earth's surface and the lower atmosphere. So here in the picture we can see the left side is the natural greenhouse effect, having the normal concentration of this methane, nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide. On the right side we can see there is the greenhouse effect intensified by the humans, and there is the concentration of carbon dioxide, CH4 and O. So these are concentration is more, and they escapes less heat to the atmosphere and more absorb in the atmosphere. So the greenhouse effect increases, and the warming effect of the earth's surface of the lower atmosphere increases, and which we say the global warming. The natural causes of climate change: during the human and animal respiration, too much of carbon dioxide goes to the atmosphere, released to the atmosphere. Then enteric fermentation, which occurs in the animals like the cows. So food is digested in their intestine by some methanogens, and methane is released in the process of belching. Belching is the expelling of the air from the intestine of these animals through their mouth. Then anaerobic decomposition of organic matter by some methanogens also release methane to the atmosphere, which is a greenhouse gas. Then natural causes of climate change: the variation in the solar intensity, due to different changes in the sun, the intensity of the sunlight changes. So the intensity of the sunlight can cause either warming of the earth's surface during the periods of stronger solar intensity, or cooling of the earth's surface during the periods of weaker solar intensity, though the effect of the earth's climate on the earth's climate is small. The natural causes of climate change, another cause is coming, that is the changes in the shape of the Earth's orbit. According to Milutin Milankovitch, shape of the Earth's orbit changes from nearly circular to slightly elongate, and back again to circular, and that takes 1 lakh years. When the orbit is nearly circular, the Earth to Sun distance is nearly the same for all parts of the orbit, making the Earth's average temperature the same all year round. And when the orbit becomes more elongate, the Earth orbits slightly further from the Sun at aphelion. So the average temperature of the Earth becomes slightly lower, and after 6 months, the Earth orbits slightly closer to the Sun and at perihelion, and making the average temperature of the Earth slightly higher. Then changes in the tilt of the Earth axis is another natural cause. If the tilt of the Earth axis is small, change is small, then that is the change is small. But when the tilt of the Earth axis is less, so less snow melts in the polar regions because of the reduced sunlight and shorter days. And when the tilt is greater, resulting in longer summer, and more snow melts in the polar region, and glaciers tend to shrink. Then ocean currents. Ocean currents are the movements of ocean water in a continuous flow, created largely by the surface winds, but also partly by the temperature and salinity gradients, Earth's rotation and tides. Ocean currents act much like a conveyor belt, causing transportation of warm water from the equator towards the poles, and cold water from the poles back to the tropics. And these warm water during their flow forms too much of water vapor, and these water vapor, when condense, they converted into water droplets, or they precipitate on the Earth's surface. So that also contribute to the climate change. Then another natural cause is volcanic eruption. It releases carbon dioxide and water vapor, contributing to warming of the atmosphere, but the effect is very small. Then global warming is a gradual increase in the overall temperature of the Earth's atmosphere. And just now we know about this greenhouse effect, and due to the greenhouse effect, the greenhouse gases absorb the heat radiations, and they do not let the heat absorption to heat radiation to go back into the atmosphere. So this is the global warming, which is a gradual increase in the overall temperature of the Earth's surface, and warming of the surface and the lower atmosphere of the Earth occurs either due to the human activities or natural phenomenon, which leads to the global warming. And global warming causes climate change such as cyclone, heat waves, drought, increased atmospheric humidity, thunderstorms, heavy snowfall, etc. Then cyclone is a large-scale air mass that rotates around a strong center of low atmospheric pressure, and this low atmospheric pressure is created when the air get hot due to this hot climate and goes upward, becoming a lighter, and it expands and goes upward direction. So there is a low atmospheric pressure is created, and from different direction, from high pressure area, the cold air containing more water vapors flows to the low atmospheric area in a spiral manner. So cyclones are characterized with the inward spiraling winds that rotate about a zone of low pressure. So this air flows with a high speed, and also since it contains water vapors, and these water vapors condenses in the cold air, and they also cause precipitation or rain. So often it is associated with the rain. Then a drought is prolonged period of abnormally low rainfall, leading to a shortage of water, and this low rainfall occurs due to the hot climate. So the water vapors in some regions become unable to get cooled, and there is the scarcity of rainfall. Then thunderstorm. A thunderstorm is characterized by the presence of rain, lightning, and its acoustic effect on the earth's surface, which is also one effect of this climate change. And here the air becomes hot, and it goes to the colder region, and there the water vapor which is present in the hot air get condensed, gets cooled, and it is converted into the rainwater. Then heavy snowfall. Heavy snowfall is also another impact of this global warming. That is, the warmer Earth is evaporating more water into the atmosphere in the form of water vapor, and these water vapors, when get cooled, they are converted into water droplets. But heavy snowfall is caused when water vapor or moisture become too cold and converted into snow, where the temperature of the area remains below 0 degree instead of converting into water droplets. Then heat wave is a period of excessively hot weather which may be accompanied by high humidity, especially in oceanic climatic countries, and that occurs due to the too much of water vapor present in the atmosphere. And as we know, the water vapors are the greenhouse gases which can absorb the heat radiations. So the humidity of the atmosphere increases. So these are the different impacts of the global warming, or we can say these are the climate change. So this is all about my topic, the causes of climate change. Thank you.